What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So I'm hearing from people that are close to me, that are close to the hip hop industry, that Diddy is about to sue Netflix for $1 billion. They're saying that this footage was stolen. We talked about that a few days ago. I even played a clip of a woman that worked in television, and she was telling us why Diddy won't win that argument based off of the fact that if there was no signed contract between Diddy and the videographer, then it's fair game. He has the right to sell that content. So this is going to be pretty damn interesting, but that's what I'm hearing within my circle, that Diddy is gearing up to sue Netflix for $1 billion. And I suspect that this whole entire ordeal is about to get muddy and filthy nasty. But anyway, let's skate on through to the next topic involving Diddy, and it has to do with the passing of Brittany Murphy, who passed away in 2009, and shortly after that, her husband Simon Monjack passed away in 2010. Now, it's been said for many years that Brittany had a lot of information on Diddy that Diddy did not want to get out, and how she got that information and how she got into close proximity of Diddy was based off of the relationship that Diddy had with her then boyfriend Ashton Kutcher. Now, Ashton and Brittany dated for roughly about a year. I believe it was from 2002 to 2003. So let's fast forward to the point where Brittany met Simon, and basically they ended up getting married, but Simon had his own dirt on Diddy. So I'm pretty sure the things that Brittany knew on Diddy and the things that Simon knew on Diddy was discussed amongst the two of them without a shadow of a doubt. And so they both had information that would potentially cause career-ending and reputational damage to Diddy. And so what do you know? 2009, Brittany checks up out of here, and the cause of death was pneumonia. In 2010, Simon checks up out of here, and what was his cause of death? Pneumonia. Kim Porter, pneumonia. You get where I'm going at, right? And so now what's going down is that they're thinking about reopening and reinvestigating the death of Brittany Murphy. I want you guys to check out this clip, and I'll be back.
There are rumors that they're about to reopen the investigation into Brittany Murphy's death. And the connections aren't just between her and Diddy. They're with her husband too. We all know Brittany had a relationship with Diddy because he was best friends with Ashton. And Ashton dated Brittany for a long time. So it's safe for us to assume that Brittany probably saw some things. But what about her husband? Turns out there's been rumors circulating for years that her husband had dirt on Diddy. He was a screenwriter, producer, director, so he was very much in the industry. And we all know that in 2009, Brittany Murphy died in her house of pneumonia. 5 months later, her husband died of pneumonia in the same house. Didn't someone else die from pneumonia? Brittany's mom has been screaming foul play for years. There were rumors of toxic mold being in the house, but that got thrown out. All I'm saying is that Diddy is being accused of some pretty dark stuff. And it's not random gossip anymore. There's actually a trial going on. Is it possible these two are just casualties of Diddy's? Or is this all just a conspiracy that people made up? All I know is that dots are getting connected and it's not going Diddy's way. At least that's what they're telling me.
All right, so we just heard and witnessed all of that. Now, I don't know if some of you are privy to this information, but Brittany's father, Angelo, actually took samples of Brittany's blood and tissue to an independent third-party lab in Colorado, and what they found was devastating. They found high levels of metals and also high levels of a substance called barium, which is nothing more and nothing less than RAT poisoning. Now get this, RAT poisoning can cause pneumonia. So in hindsight, the coroner does not have to disclose the actual toxin that caused the pneumonia. They can just say that that particular person passed away from pneumonia. You get what I'm saying? Just to cover some ish up. Now, back in November of 2013, the independent lab that Brittany's father used to conduct all these tests, they actually released the results. But the results were rejected by the initial coroner. Now, who was the initial coroner for Brittany? None other than Mr. Ed Winter, who was the coroner for Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and Kim Porter. And so basically he said that he's standing by his test results and he shut the case down. Now, Ed Winter is no longer here with us. He passed away in 2023, and they said that he passed away from natural causes, but this is just all fishy and it stinks. It reeks of just foul play in my estimation. But anyway, let's go ahead and slide to the next, and I want to turn your attention to some information that I was able to retrieve. Now, before I read you this message, I do want to say that it's all alleged. I cannot confirm or deny that these events actually took place, but I have to say that I was initially shocked when I first read it. I mean, I just cannot believe these claims. So let's just go ahead and get into it. And it says here, Man, you will not believe this, S. There is a woman that was a former intern for Bad Boy that claims that Faith Evans was in on setting up Biggie. I don't know how or the ins and outs of the said plot, but I'm trying to get more details, yo. She said that Faith tried to set Big up on one occasion before he got deleted. Faith was being used strategically and she was down with Puff's strategy. When the first attempt failed, she was ordered to F Pac. That's all I have right now. I hit you later, 100. All right, so you guys just heard that. That is what was sent to me. I'm just relaying the message, but they're saying that Faith had something to do with setting Biggie up, and it's been kept on the hush hush for so many years, although people within the hip hop realm suspected her possible involvement, but it was never brought to the forefront. But I'm gonna leave this right here until I get some more information, and we're gonna move right along. And I want to discuss the question that everybody has been asking as it pertains to how did Diddy obtain this footage. This information has just dropped. And basically the original videographer for Diddy has come out and said that the reason why 50 and Netflix was able to get that footage is because he was out of the state for 3 days and somebody else took over while he was absent. So he is definitely detaching himself from any involvement of turning over any footage to 50 or to Netflix. So what is he saying? That he left everything that he recorded with them? I mean, you trust them to make the right decisions? I mean, I would think as a videographer, I would take everything that I recorded, which would prompt them to have to use their own equipment to record whatever they're going to record for the 3 days that I'm gone. But maybe Diddy didn't want that. Maybe he just wanted to keep everything together, and it's going to cost him in the long run, unless there's some other evidence and information out there that supports that he's right as having his likeness and things like that used without his permission. But anyway, let's move along, because Tokyo Tony and Cedric the Entertainer have spoke out against 50. I want to turn your attention to a couple of clips and then I'll be back.
He loves to humiliate. His page speaks of nothing that's for the people. Don't deal with his own son, which it was 2 years ago. It was about $10,000, and I hope he heard this. I actually talked to Marquise. We spoke in the DM, and I told him at any time you get hungry, any of this shit, or your mama, who is 50 Cent? And all you've been doing is eating off the people pain. He keep controversy and conflict going. He is a warlock. Man that went to ABC, and you a rapper, a gangster rapper. This man ain't pulling up his community. This man ain't Nipsey Hussle.
Man, you see this Diddy's documentary that's coming?
I didn't. This is the one 50 did?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
Netflix picked it up, bro. And they have a date.
Oh, that's what somebody told me there last night. So,
yeah.
50 just be like, I don't know, because it feels like, I feel like Puff got ran over, man.
How so?
In the sense that at the end of this whole trial, none of the stuff that they, really accused him of was like beyond what adults could do consenting wise. Right. So other than the Cassie video, which again, you should do some time for that. They're just beating a woman like that. But the thing, these guys that's still in office is worse than anything that he did, like as far as I'm concerned. So it's just like, man, y'all made the big spectacle out of this guy, got him in cake, got him in court, and then at the end of the day was like, we didn't really quite find
right,
nothing.
Man.
All right, so you guys heard what Cedric had to say about the situation and Tokyo. Like I said, the internet is divided on this. I see the same amount of responses that are coming from both sides. Some people are just siding with 50 and some people are siding against 50. But a lot of people in the hip hop realm are looking at 50 like he's a snitch, like he's a sellout and things of that nature. So now I want to hear from you guys. Feel free to drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, go ahead and sub to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.